Hi there. We're going to get started. I'm going to do a brief introduction and then I'll let them further introduce themselves. But your two presenters today are Jason Baker, a section coordinator for Region 4, and Jenny Zwolinski, she's an alumni rep on the National Council.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. So glad to see so many of you here today. It's really a pleasure to be part of this event. As Trish said, my name is Jenny Zwolinski. I was a member of the Barbara Cook chapter at Purdue University. And Jason, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Jenny. My name is Jason Baker, and I was initiated in 2020 through the Xi chapter at University of Nebraska at Kearney. And I'm currently a section coordinator for Region 4.
Perfect. We'd love to know who's here. So if you could drop your name, your school in the chat, and also your favorite flavor of ice cream. Ice cream is my favorite food in the world. And with it being summer, it's on my mind. So my favorite is chocolate chip cookie dough. What's your favorite, Jason?
I would say butter pecan.
Ooh, nice. All right. Well, as people are filing in, it's great to see such a huge crowd. I'll turn it over to Jason, who's going to talk about chapter social events. And then after we finish that section, we'll move into campus partnerships. So Jason, take it away.
All right, thank you. As Jenny said, I'll be talking about chapter social events, and these are really important to keep the members of your chapter engaged. As many people know that most of your members are only part of Mortarboard for 1 year, and so we want to make sure that year is memorable and that they have a good time. All right, so some of you or some of your students might ask, what are the benefits of social events? First off, it's building community within your chapter. It might bring together individuals who share common interests that might not otherwise be able to meet each other on campus. So, I've already heard this weekend where Mortarboard brought people together from different colleges within your university and gave people really a chance to connect with each other. It also fosters a sense of community and belonging among the members. So that way, during that year that they're part of membership or they're part of a Mortarboard, that they will really be able to get to know each other and hopefully become lifelong friends. It also builds some networking. The members of Mortarboard will get to know other members in your chapter from across campus, like I mentioned earlier, and then professional development. You can bring in guest speakers, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. You can also do workshops, and then that gives the leadership piece just a little bit more that we believe in. Other opportunities to gain insight from experienced professionals, and you can also learn about various career paths by bringing in those guest speakers and just exploring other careers. Leadership skills. Members can take the lead on organizing and planning social events throughout the year. They can break it up and assign different ones, or the president can take them all and delegate as needed. You can also develop leadership and teamwork skills by organizing and planning those. Recognition, I've heard a few other ways of recognizing not only members, but other people around campus. And so, these social events can be a platform for recognizing and celebrating accomplishments. One example that I've heard so far this weekend is called Polishing an Apple. So if you don't know about that, hopefully, some of you guys, when we break out here in a little bit, some of your chapters do that and can explain that a little bit more. So members can also work on social skills. Members can improve their communication and interpersonal skills, their soft skills that are highly valued by many professions, and a skill that's going to be much needed after college. And finally, the whole point of social events is to have fun and provide stress relief. And so students can relax and enjoy themselves in a supportive community setting and get to know each other a little bit better while still having fun. All right, I'm just going to list a couple of examples of social events because I really want you guys to talk and give us your examples, and I don't want to take anybody's ideas away. So one way that I've heard of college students doing like an escape room or some kind of a game night. So if you guys can do that as a chapter, organize something like that. I know there's places on and off campus that you can do escape rooms. And then there's some companies and communities that will come and set something up within your school and use like a classroom or something. So that would be a fun social event that you can do. Again, bringing in a guest speaker, it's going to provide professional development and give members of your chapter insight onto different career paths that maybe they hadn't thought of before, or something that they can take and network with other people and use that in future events or anything. All right, so finally, I just want to take 5 minutes and have you guys break out and do probably just 2 rooms. I'm not sure how many people are on right now, but just break out into a couple rooms and talk amongst yourselves and discuss what your chapter does if you know that. And if you don't, see if you guys can come up with some ideas of what your chapter could do this year. And we will come back together and you guys can share those. So just take 5 minutes or so, just because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, we actually have about almost 40 people. So I'm going to put y'all in 4 different breakout rooms. You'll go automatically into them, and then we'll bring you back in a few. Have fun.
Thanks, Trish.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys, I know 5 minutes was not very long, but I hope you had a chance to really talk and come up with some good ideas and share with each other that you can take back to your chapters. So I think I'd like to take like 6 to 8 ideas. Is anybody willing to share either what their chapter does or something that you'd like to see your chapter do this next year? All right, go ahead, Alexander. You can take yourself off mute.
Yeah, so for my chapter, we do this thing called a Halloween hoopla, and it's an event where we go to a local elementary school and we do a bunch of Halloween themed arts and crafts with the students. And that experience is not only really great for obviously our high school seniors to bond with the elementary students, but also us as a chapter to organize, plan, and carry this out and just sort of to work as a team. And it's actually really, really fun. And a lot of fun pictures from past years. And it's really great because it kind of does multiple things at once.
Great, thank you. Anybody else want to share? Jada?
Raised hand, yeah.
So at in other orgs at Toledo, they usually have formals of some sort, even professional student organizations. So I was thinking of having a mortarboard formal in the springs, like right before our year ends.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. All right, Elizabeth, Peyton.
Just kind of a smaller thing that I know my chapter's done before for chapter bonding is going to a pottery painting place nearby in Lubbock and just making little pieces that to remember their year with.
Very cool. All right, we got time for maybe 2 more. Anybody else want to share anything? Mac?
Yeah, our room talked a lot about the maybe not as formal social events. So the let's go get dinner after chapter, let's go to the campus bowling alley together. Maybe we do a social outing instead of chapter this week because we don't have a lot to talk about. And having those moments where you can start to build that social atmosphere within your chapter because that helps any bigger programming that you do go smoothly whenever the chapter has cohesion and networks within it as well.
All right, very cool. All right, Randy, you want to take us away?
Yes, we had a member multicultural event. So every person in the group was encouraged to bring a food to our staff, to a meeting representing the culture that they affiliated with. And some members even picked gaming as their culture or a nerd culture. Other people addressed their religion and brought foods that they remembered were their comfort foods from their families. And doing that at the beginning of the semester is something we plan to continue this year to help us get to know each other better.
Okay, thank you guys for sharing. I know one event that my alma mater, University of Nebraska, Kearney, does every year is they do like a faculty appreciation dinner where each member of the chapter goes and invites one faculty member, somebody that's really meant something to them and really kind of acted as a mentor while they were going to college. And they invite them to this dinner. And so they get together and it's a great networking tool and shows appreciation to that faculty member because, you know, it's one-on-one with that student and, you know, it's something that they can, you know, put on their resume or just hang up on their wall or something and really show that they really meant something to at least one student.
Awesome. And I wanted to draw attention in the chat. Trish has put in a link to some of the award winners from this year. And so that's a great source for ideas. So be sure to pick up that link in the chat. With the time that we have left, I want to just pivot just a little bit. These are such great ideas. And I think it can seem sometimes maybe a little bit daunting if your chapter maybe doesn't have a big history of doing events, that to put on a big event seems maybe overwhelming. And so one way to help ease some of that is to do a campus partnership. Can you all see my screen? Oops, I need to start my slideshow. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. So yeah, so campus partnerships is a great way to maximize your resources and increase your visibility on campus. One of the ways it helps is it just really can simplify your planning. In many cases, there are a lot of events that are already happening on campus. And so if there's a way that you can tag on and assist with that, you don't have to be the wholly responsible group, right? Like you can help with something that's already existing. So maybe it's homecoming. Obviously, there are tons of events that are happening with homecoming, and you can sign up to have a float or to walk or to be a part of something that's happening at homecoming. So again, really low investment of energy and resources, but a great way to get yourself out there. Helps with getting more ideas and contacts by partnering with another group. And obviously many hands make light work. So partnering with another group on campus can be really helpful. Like I mentioned, you can maximize your resources. Again, any way that if your organization doesn't have a lot of money in the coffers right now, again, tacking on to an event that already exists, that's already happening, is a way that you can sometimes do something that doesn't cost you a dime, or you can partner with another group and split the costs. And it also doubles or increases your number of volunteers. And finally, I think that one of the best advantages of partnerships is that it increases your visibility. It helps you to be known by other groups on campus, or help reach a larger scale audience by partnering on an event that's happening, or partnering with another group. And it can be especially helpful to get you in front of your target audience. So as you think about future mortar boards and helping them to know and really desire to be in mortar board as they continue in their college career, partnering with groups that are geared toward first or second year students can be really helpful. So for example, if you have a chapter of Alpha Lambda Delta or Phi Eta Sigma, which is a freshman honor society in your campus, partnering with them to do something like a study break, for example, really helps to get that mortar board name out there to the younger students right from the beginning. I've mentioned a few examples already, but multicultural event. So partnering, for example, with your DEI DEI office on campus. Reading is Leading is our national project, and so maybe there's a way to partner with the DEI office on campus to do something special with reading during Black History Month, for example. Another group on campus is the commencement committee, or maybe that's even a campus office at your university. And we've talked about, maybe this was in the last group, talked about flower sales at commencement as a great way to increase visibility and also raise funds for your chapter. So those are just two of many, many examples. So we are running out of time. I'm wondering if we just stay in our big group here and share out some ideas of what you do on your campuses to partner with other offices or other groups. Mason.
Hi, yeah, I'm Mason McCool, chapter president at the University of Alabama, and we do the row sales at graduation, and that has been awesome, and such a great, fundraiser for one, but then getting that mortarboard name out to people who may not have heard of us before. So I've really enjoyed being a part of that already for spring commencement and then summer commencement and the fall. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I cannot say enough about Blossom Express. And I also want to just encourage everybody, there's a tiny bit of expense involved in getting campus t-shirts, mortarboard t-shirts, but I really encourage you to buy inexpensive t-shirts that say mortarboard on them. And that's the perfect place to wear those mortarboard t-shirts anytime you're doing an event, either on your own or with another group, to really increase your visibility and recognition. It's a simple, pretty cost-effective way to get your name out there. Other ideas for campus partnerships? Julia.
Yeah, so last year we did a faculty and staff reception where you got to submit somebody to celebrate, and we partnered with another senior honor society on campus to do that. So our two honor societies together held an event where everyone got to recognize, and I thought that was a really nice way to kind of, you know, get a larger group together and make it more well known on campus.
Yeah, and really show that we can be collaborative. We don't have to be, you know, in competition. I know at Ohio State there's sometimes that tension and competition among honor societies. So I think it's so awesome that you really showed that we can collaborate and work together. Love that. I know there was Jada.
So Mortarboard, I want to say about 15 years ago, started partnering with Blue Key Honor Society to hold this event called Songfest. It's pretty much Greek sing, but it's there's like a co-ed division too, where you have like our International Student Association, Catholic Student Association, and they all are doing their sing and dance routines, and it's a fundraiser event, second largest event on campus. And I would say partnering with them for that has truly gotten Mortarboard out there.
That's awesome. Thank you. And I do think the Greek system is a great source of partnerships. Many of your chapter members might be part of Greek letter organizations. And so there might be some opportunities to get involved with groups that your chapter members are already involved with. Alexander?
Yes, one thing that my chapter does that's really, really cool, I think they started this about a decade ago, is we do something called a last lecture series where we have a committee and we vote on, you know, a professor, and every semester we have a professor give a lecture as if it were their last. So like, you're about to retire, what would you give the people to take away from your area of study, or, you know, something like that. And that is not only approachable obviously to the whole campus. So you have freshmen, sophomore, juniors, non-traditionals, but, you know, someone could be like, oh my gosh, my professor's speaking, what's Mortarboard? And then once we get them there, they find out about who we are. And not only do they get a really cool lecture, but they also, you know, Mortarboard, oh, this is cool.
That is such an awesome idea. I love the last lecture concept. And like you said, it really is a way, if you pick a popular professor on campus, it brings students from a variety of different areas and disciplines who really don't have any connection necessarily to Mortarboard. And it helps introduce them to Mortarboard and really promote scholarship on your campus. I love that. Thank you so much. We have one more example to share as we near the end of our time together. Okay, well, I thank you all for sharing. I hope you got some great ideas. Jason, do you have any parting thoughts that you want to add?
I don't think so. Just thank you all for being here, and thank you for spending your weekend with us and at the Mortarboard conference. And we appreciate you doing everything you do.
Great.
Yeah, thanks for everything you do. We'll move to the next session. So on the screen, you'll see the next round of chapter ops sessions. So really looking to how to enhance your chapter. So leveraging the relationship with advisors and SCs is in room 1. Member engagement is in room 2, how to keep members engaged throughout the year. And then chapter visibility will be in this room. So how do you get Mortarboard's name out on campus? So thank you, Jason and Jenny, you were fantastic.